It's certainly the fixture with the most tradition. This game will be projected. You get to the biggest clubs in this country and throughout Europe and throughout the world. It'll be beamed all over, and that tells you everything about the status of both clubs. So, and obviously at the minute ourselves we're got great confidence, and I suppose over the course of the season and the time I've been here, the biggest thing we've got is belief now. Belief in how we work every day, and then we take that onto the field. And as I said, both clubs, they're huge clubs in their own rights. And as I said, it'll always make for a great spectacle, I hope. For me, it's about our team. All four of those strikers have got great qualities. I've got a big admiration for Wayne Rooney. He's been a top talent since he's burst onto the scene, and before that, and Van Persie probably won the league for them last year. But we've got two players in Luis Suarez and Daniel Sturridge that have got world-class ability, and they've proven this year and before that they can hurt anyone. But for us, we've got a number of other players, and for us it will always be about the team. Those are the guys that finish off the great moves that we make. But for us, it will be about the team, and not just about our two strikers. I've empathy for the pressures. I think the pressures of coming into a big club. Like coming into here, I can only talk for myself really in terms of, following someone like Kenny, who was and still is a club legend here, and but it never intimidated me. I think to manage at this level, you've got to have the self-confidence. You're not worried about who's sat behind you in the stand and who's up there in the clouds watching you, and that doesn't happen when you're a manager at this level. I've empathy, as I said, for the pressures that come with taking over such a huge club. It's incomparable, the states of the club, because they were champions. There's serial winners in there. And I repeat, we took the club when it was 8th. So the building and the remodelling of the clubs was totally different. So, but I've empathy with every manager. I look at Chris Powell during the week and what's happened to him. And I look at managers throughout, and very worrying what goes on in the game. But David will be fine there. He will get it right. It's been a steep learning curve for him this year. He'll have gone in there and seen things that, you've only a certain length of time or a moment to address it. But I'm sure that he'll have learnt a lot this season, and he'll kick on. Listen, our focus is only on Liverpool in mind. The benchmark of this great club is about the best. It's not about Manchester United. This club over many years, it's about being the best, and whoever the best is, both domestically and European. So for us, the club decided to go away 18 months ago. I was asked to come in and carry on some of the brilliant work that Kenny had done in reshaping the club. And we've just continued down a road that has seen us develop and improve. So for us, still a long way to go in terms of where we want to be, but we're certainly on the right road, and that's what's most important.
Obviously United are a threat in terms of this one game, but do you still view them as a threat in terms of finishing above you potentially in the league?
Well, they're the champions, and they've got players that have been serial winners there. But for us, we're only concentrating on ourselves. They've got great players there. Because of Champions League and where they've been for a whole host of years, they'll have probably one of the largest wage bills in the league. And so they've got top players there. But I don't know the dressing room well enough to understand where they're at. But we know it's going to be a difficult game. Every game involving Liverpool and Manchester United is a tough game. We actually played very well at Old Trafford in the cup game that we lost. And we're going there with greater belief and confidence at this stage of the season. So set up to be a really good game.